Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Eric Gardner. I'm the Chief Finance Officer and Deputy Chief Exec. At Combined, we've always been proud of the stewardship of our resources. I'm delighted that last year saw us delivering our 24th consecutive year of financial balance, although it is becoming tougher. Our continued outstanding financial performance enables us to invest in patient services for the future. As an NHS trust, we have a statutory duty to break even, and that means staying within our budget and not make a financial loss. In line with previous years, the trust has agreed to a fixed funding mechanism with our integrated care partners. To achieve our element of the system envelope, we are required to deliver a trading surplus of at least break even, and I'm delighted to report that we overachieved our target and delivered a surplus of £380,000. We also met our cash and capital targets, although we did fail the Better Payment Practice Code. This next slide just really highlights our performance compared to last year, where last year we delivered a higher surplus, but that was due to receiving income at the very year end that we couldn't spend anything with. But it does show the growth in the organisation, where our income has considerably increased from last year compared to this. So what did we spend our money on? We spent £163.7 million. I'm getting ahead of myself. We received income of £163.7 million last year, and most of that comes from the NHS and is spent on providing healthcare to our patients and service users. So what did we spend that on? We spent £163.5 million. Nearly 60% of that goes on our staff and paying wages, and another large chunk of it is spent on purchase of healthcare outside of the NHS. We also spend money on capital. So each year we invest some of our money on what is referred to as capital. This is longer term spend for assets with an economic life of over a year. This would usually include expenditure on new buildings, improving our existing buildings, or buying equipment and updating our IT infrastructure. During the year, we spent £6.6 million on capital, and this money was spent on enhancing our network and digital capability, and we also conducted important maintenance on buildings and premises and invested in reducing the risk of ligature. As has already been mentioned, we've invested in the Heartlands Hospital as part of our long-term project of eradicating dormitories. In excess of £15 million will be invested in this project over the next 3 years, with a scheme due to be completed in 2025. During the year, the Trust spent £5.5 million on this project. As with all NHS trusts, we have a limited budget, and we need to make sure that every pound we spend is spent wisely. All NHS trusts must deliver efficiency, and our Chief Medical Officer and Chief Nursing Officer make sure that we don't impact on quality and safety through independent quality impact assessments whenever we try and achieve some CIP. As I mentioned earlier, we didn't achieve the Better Payment Practice Code, which states that we have to pay invoices both in terms of volume and value within 30 days. So we achieved 92% and 93% respectively. So still a good performance, but we didn't quite achieve the target. The Trust did remain, though, within the external financing limit and capital resource limits. The external financing limit is a limit on the amount of cash that the Trust can spend on activities during the year, and the capital resource limit is the amount that we can spend on capital projects within the year, and both of these we achieved. Finally, a little bit looking forwards to this year and beyond. It is getting harder. We have a difficult financial backdrop in 23-24, and it's not going to get any easier. We have risks around high inflation, particularly around the PFI contract, and there also is continued industrial action, as people are aware of, across the NHS. However, we are really well placed to deliver these and manage within these challenges going forwards. So it's a compliment to everyone who works in the organisation that we manage to strive for this success year in, year out. So that just leaves me to say thank you to everyone.